What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. So we are still chipping away on the E30. We have managed to get a heap done over the last few days. Same thing as last time, it was a heap of niggly little bits. I didn't really film too much. Got the drive shaft in, the exhaust in, welded up, and just went through finishing things off, bolted off, tightened off all the headers, got the belt on, some more wiring done, throttle cable sorted out. Whenever I do throttle cables and stuff, I usually just shoot down to the local bike shop, get an inner and an outer from them, and you can get them whatever length you want. Super easy, not pissing around, because I mean you're only pulling the throttle, you're not. Some people go and use like those thick clutch cables and shit like that. You don't need that. You don't need that. But getting pretty close to pretty much turning over. So the ECU is still on its way back from being unlocked. But I'm gonna just at least try and get it cranked over, put some oil in it first. Gotta chuck the oil filter on, chuck some oil in it, and crank it over. Make sure everything's sweet. So as long as it turns over okay, I'll book my ticket for Chrome tonight, because the ticketing closes tomorrow, I think. Because pretty much after that, as long as I can pretty much plug the ECU in and it should fire. All I've got to do now really is the water hoses, the heater block off hose, and put the front end back on. I do have some different coil leads coming, because when I made my headers, these original ones with the big metal bulky bit on the end, they don't actually fit in there. It rubs on the header. So I've ordered some smaller MSD ones, which should be here hopefully tomorrow or the day after. So good progress, but we'll get this all into it and see if we can get it cranked over. Alrighty guys, so the ECU and the MSD leads are here. These are here from Sedgitons, STA. That'll be the leads, and this is the ECU. So we'll open that later on. I'm just gonna get these leads opened up and just double check that they fit. When we get them fitted up, we'll get the radiator mounted up, and then we might go for a start tonight. See how we go for time. Man, this has got like an insane amount of tape on it. It's like child-proof. Alrighty. Let's see how they go. Hopefully they fit. It just touches still. Just touches on the rubber there. I might have to warm that up and give it a bit of a bash. It's not too bad, it's not hitting too hard. To do that and maybe put a bit of heat shield on there as well. So at least it fits on there. The other one didn't even fit on there. So it's my bad. I probably should have checked that when I made the headers, but that's what happens when you're in a rush. Only a few weeks to do a whole conversion. So now we'll suss up. Gotta cut this a bit and then do a bit of trimming on this end too. Get the radiator mounted up. And we'll hopefully be making some noise. Alright guys, so I think it's pretty much ready to go. We swapped some fuses over. Jacob came over, gave me a hand, and got all the new leads on. Got most of the stuff done for the radiator, but not putting water or anything in it yet, because I haven't finished this joint here. But gonna try and power it up with the ECU. I've just plugged that in. Sort of just gone over everything quick, and I think it should be good to go. Chucked about 10 litres of fuel in it. So we'll see if that primes up and works first before we crank it over, I suppose. The only thing is with it, I think this is either crank angle sensor or knock sensor. It might not run without that on. I have to extend that to reach the plug. So we'll see, might have to do that. Can't hear any popping noises. Can't smell anything. Do you want to hold one of the spark plug leads, see if it's got a spark? Alrighty guys, so just quickly extended that cable. I'm wondering if it is the crank angle sensor. I've got a feeling it might have been. I was hoping it was a knock sensor. So I'm just going to try it again now. Move my shit out of the way. I'll see if it's made a difference at all. That's rowdy ass. Alrighty, so I had a bit of a dumb moment and I hit the fuel pressure regulator. The in is the out and the out is the in, so there's no fuel getting to the motor. That's why it would bark up with a bit of a but not with its own fuel. So now we're going to try it. Oh, and we're pissing out. Oh, I loosened that other one too, didn't I? Okay, so fingers crossed.
Something I know.
Yeah, there we go.
Damn, easy money.
Okay guys, so now it's the next night. I was just busy, well I just finished hooking up all the radiator and everything. I was just filling it up with some coolant. Now I found there's a little leak coming out the back of the water pump here. Just in behind this pulley. This thing's fighting me till the bitter end. Alright guys, so it's now the next night. I've got a new temperature gauge. And got that in, just so I can keep an eye on what the water's doing. I was thinking, I wonder if it's a big airlock in the coolant system that's bubbling out the coolant. It's not bubbling like a head gasket, it's just like it's trying to burp out. So I'm going to try and drop the ass into the car as much as I can. But before I do that and put the back onto the ground, I just want to start it up and just try the gearbox just to see how it goes. I've got the back on jack stands at the moment, so that shouldn't move. So we'll go for a start and we'll see if the wheels will spin. Well guys, it's now just after midnight, the night before Chrome, so Thursday night, and I'm finally stoked at the progress. Engine bay is pretty well done. Pretty stoked at how that came out for a bit of a rush job. It was a bit of a throw together. Managed to get all the interior in and done. Made some battery mounts for in the back and the middle there. The battery's just on charge at the moment, so you can't see it in there. Got that other temp gauge wired up. Pretty much it really. I'll just leave the boot off for now because you've got to have the boot off to chuck fuel in it. So chuck that on in the morning. Only thing left to do is quickly in the morning I'll cut out a piece of alloy for a tunnel cover. It's just a bit late and the neighbour's house is just over there. It's a bit late to go screaming away with the grinder. Pretty much going to cut forward to the morning, we'll get loaded up. Getting pretty excited now, it's going to be good. Alrighty guys, so we ended up leaving about an hour later than we intended to, but it's going sweet so far. It's actually the first maiden voyage for the Chevy too to go this far. I've only ever driven it around town, so now it's at like an hour-and-a-half drive, towing too, so time will tell. Hopefully that makes it as well. But looks like we're heading into a shitload of rain, so just gonna chuck some tarps over the windows. Shop by Mitre 10 and grab some on the way, so chuck them on and see how we go. I made it, guys. The Chevy didn't skip a beat. It's perfect, like stoked as. Guy and everyone's here already. At least it's not raining here. Try and get scrutineered. Looks like it might rain again, but hopefully not. I'm just stoked with how this thing went. I just need to suss out some heavier springs for the back because it's bam. This thing unloaded. It's pointless cleaning it earlier, it's gone dirty as from towing it. I'll have to give it a wipe down. Okay guys, so I'm going to go have a crack going on the track for the first time. See if I can actually get a whole lap without something going wrong. Fingers crossed. Alrighty guys, we've had a bit of a situation. We had the truck parked up overnight at the father-in-law's and came out this morning and it just boom, 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 and then just died straight away. Turns out the fuel pump was playing up. At first I thought it had just fully shat itself, but it's just a bad connection up in the top here. Tried pretty much fixing everything up, especially down here. Actually had emission in it as well, so I cleaned that up, put that back on. It seems to be working fine. These things are an absolute pain. You've got to pull the whole fuel tank up from underneath just to get to it. So that's a bit of a pain. So it looks like it might hinder us for getting the chrome this morning. Might have to wait till tomorrow now, but I'm going to whack this back in now. And note to self, when I get a chance, I'm going to cut a hole, access hole in the boot, and then make a nice little cover plate up to put the holes on. Because it is a prick doing this every time. Right, we are back in action. An absolute piss down before. I'm soaking wet lying on the floor, but everything seems sweet. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on those connections. I think I might actually end up just chucking a whole new unit in there just to fail safe it, because I'm not keen on doing this on the side of the road. So super stoked though, but it is a bit too late to make the chrome for Saturday, so we're going to head down there tomorrow morning hopefully, because the weather's actually looking a bit better tomorrow anyway, so try and make a full day at chrome tomorrow. Usually Sunday's a bit quieter too because everyone's car's broken, so we'll cut forward to tomorrow. Alrighty guys, so we were supposed to swap to our semi-slicks. For some reason the tyre change is not here that's supposed to be here. So we're just going to stay on the slicks and just hardly move when we touch the gas. Bit of a piss off, but that's alright. We figured while we got time, because they're doing the roll racing and stuff, I'm going to bust out the golden Goodyears. Made up the stencil the other day, may as well them on there. So we managed to get a few laps in on the Sunday morning. Took Pete for a ride, just seeing those videos that just see those clips that we just went through. Managed to take Pete for a ride, and also went for a few more laps with the missus. But man, it was just slippery, even when it was quite sunny. And trying to sort of get a bit of temperature in the rear tyres, it was just slipping, even in like 5th gear, it was still slipping. So we loaded the car up, ready for the mission home. And we'll just stop by Club Circuit. This is still having to go, even though it's a bit wet. So I thought we'd come check it out and have a look. Right, it started like actually pissing down now, so we're not going to bother watching the drifting. We're just going to start making our way home. So that's pretty much it for this video. Pretty stoked with how everything went. Nothing's broken theoretically, just a few things to tidy up really before the next track day, which is in like a month's time. Just got to put a hydraulic handbrake in. So I think that's about it. So just check out this video guys, I'll see you in the next one.